We'd already learned earlier this year what the four seasons were. The four seasons of our year are spring, summer, fall, and winter. We know that winter is our coldest season, and in some places it snows. After winter is spring, and spring is when plants start to grow after the cold weather, and baby animals, are typically born on farms. After spring is summer, which is our warmest season, and that's when a lot of people go to the beach or go swimming or do those types of outdoor activities. And after summer is fall, and fall is typically when we go back to school and the weather starts to cool down a little bit and we have Halloween and those types of things. So today, I would like for you to think about what your favorite season is. And I wonder if you can tell by my picture what my favorite season is. Yes, I think spring is the best season. That's my opinion. Now, you might not agree with me, and that's okay. You can choose another season that you think is the best, or you might agree with me that you think spring is the best season. So, my opening sentence will be I think spring is the best season. 7 words. And we know that the word I is always capitalized, even when it's not at the beginning of a sentence, but we have 2 reasons here, because it's also the beginning of a sentence. So after I said I think, think, th for the th sound. Ink is INK. So I think, then I'll leave a space, spring, spring, s, 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 p, p, and then we know how to write ing, ING. So I think spring, then I'll leave my space, is, we know how to write is, IS, then I'll leave my space. I think spring is the. Do you think I have room for the? 3 letters in the? I think I do. THE. After the, when I leave my space, will I have room? Nope. So I'll go to the next line to continue my sentence. I think spring is the best. Let's do the sounds in best. B, E, S, T. 4 sounds. B is B, E is E, S is S, T is T. I think spring is the best season. Now, season is more than 1 syllable. Let's count the syllables in season. Season. So the first syllable is C, and we know how to write the word see like we see with our eyes, S-E-E, but this part, this syllable in C is spelled S-E-A. If you put S-E-E, that's okay, because I know you're listening to your sounds and you're thinking about how the word see is spelled. But the E gets its E sound from the A in this syllable. So C is our first syllable, sun. And I know that some of you would spell sun, S-U-N. And if you did that, you're listening to your sounds so well. But in the word season, it's the sun part is spelled S-O-N. Season. All right, I wrote, I think spring is the best season. So that will end my sentence. What should I put? Yes, I need my punctuation. I need my period. The reason that I like spring is it's not too hot and it's not too cold. And I really, really like that. So I'm going to write, it is not, I'm so sorry, let me try that again. It is not too hot or cold. 7 words. So leaving my space, and I'm going to write it. What will I do with the word it? Yes, I'll start with a capital letter because I'm starting a new sentence. We know it is I-T. I'm starting with capital I to start the sentence. It, then I'll leave a space, is, we know how to spell is. If I leave a space, will I have room for not? Not. 3 sounds, it is 3 letters. N-A-T. It is not. And then if I leave a space, I don't have room. I have to go to the next line. To hot or too cold. So too, I know that I spelled too T-O, but if I'm saying too like very or also, I would use T-O-O. So would I say it is not very hot? I would. So I'm going to use the T-O-O to say it's not very hot. It is not too, leave my space, hot. Ot is H, ah is O, t is T. It is not too hot, leave my space, or, we know how to spell or, O-R. It is not too hot or cold, and cold has 4 sounds, k, o, l, d. K is C, O is O, L is L, and D is D. It is not too hot or cold. That's going to end my sentence. That's one of the reasons that I think spring is the best season. I also think in the spring that it's really pretty outside. So I'm going to write one more sentence. I'm going to write, it is pretty outside. I think when all the plants are growing and everything, it looks really pretty. So I'm going to leave my space and I'm going to write the word it again. Since I have a new sentence, I'll start with a capital letter for the I sound, t, it. Then when I leave my space, do I have room? Nope, so I go to the next line. No capital though, I'm not starting a new sentence. It is, then I'll leave my space. Pretty, pretty has 2 syllables. Pretty, sorry, pretty. So prit, it sounds like it would be an I, but it's actually going to be an E in this word, excuse me. Prit, prit, that's our first syllable, and then T. Ooh, I hear the letter T. And I also hear the E sound, but it's not going to be an E, it's going to be a Y, like happy, mommy, sunny, pretty. When we hear that E sound at the end of a multisyllabic word or 2 syllables or more, it's usually a Y. It is pretty, then I'll leave my space. My next word is outside. That also has more than 1 syllable. Outside. Ooh, that's a compound word. 2 words put together. The word out put with the word side. So let's work on our first syllable, out. Let's listen to those sounds in out. Out. 2 sounds. The ow sound we know can be written O-W or O-U. And in the word out, it's O-U for that ow sound. Ow, t, out. So out was our first syllable. Side is our second syllable. It's also its own word, but it's going to be smushed together to make one word. Let's do the sounds for side. S, I, d. S is S, I, d. But right now, that would say Sid, you're right. So we need to put our silent E to make the I say I. Outside. It is pretty outside. What do I need to do? Yes, end my sentence with my punctuation. Here it's a period. All right, let's go back and read about what I think is the best season. I think spring is the best season. It is not too hot or cold. It is pretty outside. So those are the reasons why I chose spring as the best season. You don't have to choose spring. You could choose summer as the best season, or fall as the best season, or winter as the best season, or maybe you agree with me that spring is the best season. Draw a picture and write about what is your favorite season and tell me why. Be sure to post what you've done on Seesaw. I can't wait to see it.